This is painful, man. 300. We all saw that plane crash on the East Coast. No one's making that up.
That one plane
You
crash.
do better when you're reading off your paper, so I'll give you some time to do that.
Oh, shit. What's up, yo? Welcome to another episode of Vidwon Reacts. And today we're going to get into the Pearl situation. So recently, Pearl, if you know her from the streaming and everything, and she's real friendly to the red pill community. So, it was like a big thing. She went, she always has the right lines, the good points. You know, she knows how to start a discussion on a podcast and prove her point. But recently, she bumped into a debater, someone who does this professionally, and Preacher, they kind of reviewed that, and we're gonna get into their story. It's called "The Pearl Nobody Wanted."
Not right now. All right. Should I move on? Like, what are we doing now?
Let me.
So, if you've been into the waves, you've heard that Pearl got demolished. She just couldn't prove points. She couldn't tell where her facts were coming from, like the exact points of origin. She was just throwing numbers out. And then when the other lady will be like, all right, where you got that from? Like, where those statistics came from? She will be like confused because most of her stuff probably comes from ChatGPT. She downloads it, uploads it or whatever. Ask ChatGPT, yo, let me know, let me sound smart. Bam. Puts it on sheets and comes with a bunch of stats and a bunch of shit. You understand? And although whatever's on the sheet, she doesn't know what the origin of it. And she got smoked. But Abba and Preach, woo, they took it to the next level on her.
This is painful, man. 300. We all saw that plane crash on the East Coast. No one's making that up.
That one plane
You do
crash.
better when you're reading off your paper, so I'll give you some time to do that.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. That's crazy, Pearl. They did you.
Oh,
Oh, these niggas is
I want to
fast.
see it again.
You do better when you're reading off your paper, so I'll give you some time to do that.
That's crazy.
Good Lord.
A little harder to debate someone who's not an OnlyFans girl, right?
Nah. She disrespecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! This is that
Never.
awkward laugh
I
you
don't
do
need
when you
to.
got nothing to say, so you just want to seem like you're okay. And you can tell.
Not that I'm
Because
judging.
Pro will do this. This is what she'll do. She'll go like this. She'll go.
Never. I don't need to. Feminism empowered women.
Oh boy, she's just destroying her. See, that's because the other lady's like a professional debater. That's what she does. Pearl is like, a podcaster.
Hell no. She went to reading your paper She went to reading a paper.
This is a sickness of the highest order.
Howdy.
I feel like you should have that coat wearing that hat.
What coat?
This coat.
Yo, don't threaten me with a good time. All right. Now we coming down the mountain, done with doing broke stuff. And today, we are taking time
Hey,
away
yo.
from our own.
Yo, this nigga's crazy. Oh,
Is that really a tiny violin? This is not edited in, by the way, folks. This is,
That's a violin that has sound on it.
shit.
No, but you.
yo, that's fucked up, bro.
No,
Hey,
no
no pro,
way.
that's fire. That's a good purchase. How much?
I think it was $14.
That's really good.
But what were you saying?
Look, this is
Percent will
program
catch
smoke.
HPV, which is incurable. Feminism has empowered women to abort an eighth of the world population and a third of Gen Z. 1/3 of paternity tests are negative by the American Association of Blood Bank. There are millions of men that have died in this country from the political power that feminism pushes. And it
Can you
happens all the
cite some
time.
actual studies that look at these statistics and back up what you say in regard to the outcomes of marriage and divorce in America?
Smoked. Asta, yeah, all right. That makes sense. So whatever you're saying, do you got the backup for that? Like, what studies, where it came from, where were they, or what's the origin of this whole story and the statistics? I need to know where the numbers came from.
41% of 109 cases reported to police in a Midwestern city were admitted to be false by complainants.
In one Midwestern city? And which Midwestern city was that?
You know, you can go from your ivory tower and
I'm
tell
not in an
people what
ivory
to
tower.
think
I'm
and
on
how
this
to
debate
feel.
stage
That was-
interrogating your assertions, and you've only provided an anecdote.
Right.
Because
It's
if you
not-
look at the data, which
Just what I just finished saying, but put in good terms, in good word. She
What were you
worded
gonna
right.
say?
It's easy to say one town in the Midwest and just keep on going with it. Which one was it? Can we be a little bit specific?
So,
Exactly.
I actually ended up going to look up the study because I was curious. What is like Midwestern? It's a study from 1987.
Oh my God.
Okay, and
It
it was just
relevant today.
one police agency in a small metropolitan area in the Midwestern United States. See how she conveniently left out the fact that it's from 1987? Like, you would think there'd be something more recent or more relevant.
you'll find that women are twice
That's because she's just getting it from ChatGPT. Everything she has in front of her is ChatGPT. That's what I believe.
as likely to fall into poverty after divorce.
Right, because they can't stop
Alimony is
spending.
paid out in 10% of divorces. According to the Census Bureau, the average child support
Okay, this is the part when she smokes her. She smokes her.
payment is $441 a month.
So I actually didn't know if this was true because like the 400 sounded low, but I looked it up and she was citing accurate numbers. So
We tend to forget that a lot of people are poor, and a lot of people go to court and they're not I'm not. Well, you haven't paid because I'm between jobs. Like two broke people.
Women get full custody 40% of the time. Men do get full custody 20% of the time. And 40% of the time, it's shared custody, which I think is the ideal situation, assuming that neither spouse is abusive.
Men are 9 times more likely to commit after a divorce.
Compared to women, what's the number for women?
It's lower.
Really? What is it?
I-
Comparative analysis is real difficult for you, isn't it?
okay.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna spit something out your mouth, at least have the backup for it. Like, you can't say that the forest is green and they tell you when was the last time you were there and you don't have an idea. Or who told you, who specified, how did you see that? Was it light, day? You gotta know everything.
Go ahead, Pearl.
What's your next question?
don't really have much to answer, so I don't know what else to ask you. Do you think you're helping men by discouraging them from entering fulfilling marriages?
What happens to men if they don't pay child support?
It's just like, it's very difficult to listen to her because she doesn't respond really to what anyone's saying.
No.
Because she's like got pre-programmed, and like, in her defense, it's tough being on stage. I've heard a lot of people say all these different things about what they believe, and then you get on a mic in front of a crowd of people, and
Yeah, that too. But the way she works is just like he said. She already has a pre-plan, and she feels like, all right, what it is no matter what happens, no matter what she says, I'm not gonna get off track. I'm gonna keep on my plan and build up to my finale.
they choke. People get stage fright all the time. They panic. I've seen it. Me watching her on stage, it's just like Anna's saying something, and Pearl's like, it's like when you have a cross-eyed nigga staring at you, and you just gotta think for a few seconds. Is it me he's staring at?
It's just watching Pearl is just like, I feel like she's like a computer, an early computer with an MS-DOS, and she's
Exactly.
running DOS.
I think the biggest thing, like, is she's just not prepared, because
not.
it's not a matter of intelligence knowing these numbers.
No,
she just
no, no.
didn't make a lot of effort to learn. And
Because she thought she was just gonna feed off like she feeds off on the podcast. You understand? She shouts out a couple of crazy things, and it's like, oh shit.
it's a very basic thing to scrutinize someone's sources.
I need more than anecdotes. I need more than vibes and feelings.
Men
Really?
are fighting to be a part of their kids' lives.
What's the empirical data on that?
I don't need data. How many people?
I don't need data for my claim. See? So when it's convenient, she goes to a study. When it's not, I don't need it.
The reason that this happens, Anna, is because lawyers tell them not to fight because it's so expensive and they won't win.
What is
They
that
won't
based
win.
on? You have to provide, look, Pearl, I am open to be convinced, but I need more than anecdotes. I need more than vibes and feelings. Because we're
Smashing.
talking about something serious here. We're talking about raising children. We're talking about the shared responsibility of raising children. That, of course, includes the
90%
cost.
of disputed custody goes to women. That's not equal.
90%, that's a totally made up statistic. Where are you citing that from?
All right, let's take a break there because our time actually ran.
Okay.
That was a
See? Right there? She froze her. Like completely. That's embarrassing. Get out the stage,
simple
girl.
question.
Now, I can't tell you.
Where in your anus
She just
did
lied.
you get that statistic from?
She lied.
Yeah, of course she lied.
I ended up looking up because I was curious. And what it actually says is that statistics are frequently cited that around 90% of women are awarded custody, but they also fail to show that 60% of men get custody in contested cases. Similar, in just over half of all divorce cases, the parents mutually decide that the mother will take the custodial role. So when she said in contested cases, 90%, that's just not true. She just made up that number. And a lot of people will justify her lies because it benefits their movement or whatever they're advocating
Exactly.
for.
Exactly. You know, that's why she moves a little bit closer to the red pill community. You understand?
It's like, what's the point?
Oh, what you saying? What are you saying? She's low-key noble?
And even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble. Like, I'm just...
Mind you,
Low-key
Anna doesn't talk about
noble.
gender-related stuff much on her job at all. This is Pearl's only job. This is all Pearl yaps about every day. She puts out like 4 or 5 videos,
Yeah.
and she repeats a lot of these facts. So just think about how little she prepared for the one thing that she yaps about every day
Yeah.
in front of someone who doesn't talk about this and put out that performance.
The thing that happened
like
is that,
you, like this
Pearl is an expert in
In
that.
a sports context,
Yeah, they smoked her. That's what I'm saying. They kind of smoked her, bro. And then she's still like,
Getting divorced in the first place.
Why do we have phrases like happy wife, happy life?
Because it rhymes.
Because it's true. Same with happy husband, happy life. I don't want to come home to an angry husband.
But that's not a phrase.
Do you have
is
any
it?
other like catchphrase or slogan you want to throw at me?
What do
Okay,
men get out
okay.
of
All
marriage?
right, Pearl, pause. Pearl, yeah, okay. Happy spouse, happy house. It rhymes. Happy, and it englobes everybody. We made it gender neutral. It's great.
yeah.
No?
This is what I mean. Like Pearl, I think
That's not good for debates. Let's go a little bit forward on this video. 'Cause it gets crazy. Like after a while, it gets a little bit crazy.
Can you be a travel advisor without quitting your 9 to 5? Actually, yes. We're Fora, the modern travel agency, and we are empowering anyone with a passion for travel.
The world wars combined, and your first response was, well, women commit suicide too.
Because it is a problem that is inflicting both sexes in this country. It is a tragedy and should be taken seriously rather than this weird sex war.
But it's not going to be taken seriously when you pretend it's not going on.
It is going on. Are you?
See, she's not engaging with what she said. Her counter argument was, don't turn it into like a gender thing. Like even women are obviously suffering from this depression and trying to take their own lives or whatever. Men are just succeeding at it more.
And then she's Pearl saying,
you don't care.
You don't care that's going on. Don't say that it's not going on. That's not what she said.
Now, Pearl can say, that's fine, but the problems that men are dealing with are very peculiar, and there's a reason why they're going to the extreme lengths is that their despair is larger or whatever it could be. And like, you can make that argument, but Pearl doesn't do that. She's too brain dead to like internalize what Anna said, so instead she goes,
No, it's not that she's brain dead. She's already focused on a pattern, and she can't get her pattern. Let's go a little bit forward because it gets crazy for Pearl.
Job in her career path, gives up her education, whatever it is, to stay at home and take care. That helps me have the flexibility to do the work I want to do while not having to pay for certain aspects of that. I don't have to sacrifice my career earnings, so I won't be stunted as I age the way my partner will be because of that. So I think it's very sensible.
Seeing yet another administration engaging in a cover-up? Or was it the female's fault for being preyed upon? I'm just curious.
What kind of question is that?
I think it's a pretty straightforward one.
That has nothing to do with the topic.
No, it does, though, because you're talking about the unfairness of our court system, especially as it pertains to divorces. But we're talking about a guy who got a sweetheart deal after raping minor girls, and then even after that, multiple administrations, Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter, engaged in a cover-up, ensuring that those victims would never get justice.
And this has to do with this.
I mean, you want to talk about the unfairness in the court system and how terrible it is for men. What about how terrible it is for women?
And you can't argue against that point. Now, I would argue this is more about wealth than it is necessarily about gender, but you can't deny that the gender of all the folks who were involved
was massively man.
Yeah, now Ghislaine Maxwell is also part of that,
yeah.
But this.
She went too deep though on that. Yeah.
This is an example of that.
You guys know what's funny? She actually advocated for left-wing policies the last 20 years, and then she got assaulted by a homeless person.
What does that have to do with the topic?
Did I tell you she was going to go low?
Low blow.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, but...
You think I voted for homeless people to go around sexually assaulting people?
Because Anna
By the way, I got sexually assaulted by a guy. Was that
you know
his
the other crazy thing
Was that
is,
something that he did, or was that my fault too?
All right, so the other crazy thing is that Anna complains that women's opinions aren't taken seriously.
And you know what? I was open to hear. It's a fucked up thing to say. You voted for some of that. But I just wanted her to explain how. And she never did. Did you hear an explanation?
Yeah, no.
So the other crazy thing is that Anna complains that women's opinions aren't taken seriously, while a whole event was catered around her opinion. The other thing that's crazy,
what are you talking about?
Is Anna complains about women being oppressed, and yet she had less experience than her co-host at the Young Turks.
Hold on. What were my complaints about women being oppressed? Can you be specific?
All right.
What did I say? Go ahead and quote me. Go ahead and quote me, because you make shit up.
Yeah,
and you just think like it's going to stand. You've never had a strong woman challenge your bullshit assertions. So go ahead and tell me, what have I complained about?
Okay.
Give me the quote.
Oh, shit. This is when she gets smoked. She hit her with the low blow. Anna got tight and hit her with the boom, 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 Mike Tyson.
The nagging. You said women's opinions are not taken seriously.
When did I say that?
In a YouTube video.
There's 2 women on this stage right now for the headline event.
Oh my God, are we going to end?
When have I said women's opinions don't get taken seriously?
It's
you
kind
just
of
make
like
it up.
the roundabout. This is like eternal nagging.
Did she ever answer the question?
No, she didn't.
Like if you're going to quote someone, you should say which video, when they said it. That's it. It's a basic thing. You can't quote someone and then say you said this, and when they ask for when,
'Cause it's
you don't have an
bullshit.
answer. She might have said it. Again, it comes down to the preparedness.
Women almost burned down California. You know, people are dying because they want to make women feel better.
This is a bad comedy bit. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just lines.
And
Yo, that's what I'm saying. That shit looked like a stand-up. It was horrible. She was going in too.
what she's saying might be true,
There's no facts.
but she doesn't explain how she knows this.
Women fly planes, they crash them.
Oh shit, women fly planes. they
Women aren't
crash 'em.
CEOs.
What
they
are the
quit.
stats on
Most
that?
female.
What are the
most
stats
female-
on that?
You know, it's like feminists. They want stats that say water is wet. The
Yeah,
sky
I
is
want
blue.
empirical evidence
Right,
to back up your arguments.
Because you want to be in control of telling people what to think and how to feel.
No, I want.
So wait, when Pearl brings up all these numbers, it's always valid. But when she asks for the same numbers for her claims, all of a sudden it's a problem. It's like, this is what I mean when I say these people are grifters. They have zero consistency.
I want to live in a fact-based reality that requires.
A grifter. That's crazy.
Empirical evidence, not your assertions.
Okay, there's only one last part I want to play for you. Now, I don't know if this is true, but it happened during the live stream. I have to say, Gavin's a bit of a weirdo, but in the live stream, he ends up saying this. I don't know if this is true.
Masculine thing where she was being really vociferous and attacking Pearl, and Pearl had this sort of like calm.
Why are we
which is like,
infantilizing Pearl? She's got 2 million subscribers.
No,
on
when
YouTube. She's an
when a
adult
woman has a kid,
we are absolutely infantilizing. Pearl.
What
We're being like,
no, I'm saying
this-
women who
this
have
poor
given
little
birth,
girl who
women who
had-
have given birth are better than women who haven't
Pearl
given
have a
birth.
child?
Oh shit, but you seen Homegirl? She was going in too.
Sorry,
Does
you're
Pearl have
more
a
of a
child?
valid woman if you have a kid.
Yeah. The other guy's like, yeah, but I was like, what? Why are they just dropping this on the thing in the middle of the phone?
And what does that have to do with anything?
And if that's not public information, I'll just say, Gavin, that's a fucking weird thing to just say.
Yeah.
Now, maybe he didn't realize, or maybe he is just making up because that dude is
But
crazy.
you saying that Pearl has a kid?
That's what he just said.
Maybe, but who cares? Like, what does that have to do?
It's only the only reason why it jumped out to me is because Pearl's A, unmarried, B, shits on women every day for having kids out of wedlock and tells people to wait till marriage. That's the only reason.
But that's crazy.
That's why I jumped out. I was like, what?
That's crazy though.
Now she
If
does.
it's true, that's crazy.
I don't care.
Oh shit. So what's she saying? Oh shit, we might have to do some investigating on that. You heard? Let me do some research and I'll come back to you. But that's enough for the video, man. As you see, Pearl went up there. She went up on stage and got smoked. She should have started podcasts behind Twitter or whatever, X, and everything else she does. Shorts, YouTube, you know. Don't go up there and get smoked. But that whole part about the pregnancy test and the I believe women with kids, we gotta look that up. But till next time, man, make sure you subscribe, like, share, show love to small content creators. Peace.